Welcome to Elevate for SOAR. You should have received an introductory email with your login and password information. Elevate is an online professional learning and calibration platform that provides opportunities for you to learn about the SOAR practices through interactive modules, activate your learning by viewing videos of the practices enacted in classrooms, gather evidence of the SOAR practices in action, and compare your evidence to the evidence gathered by a team of experts. You can also calibrate your alignment of evidence with the SOAR rubrics. This webcast is only intended to provide you with a short orientation to the dashboard. There are a number of webcasts and help sections in Elevate that you can use as you explore. In addition, there is technical support available through Frontline Technologies. Just click on the Help button on your dashboard and it will bring you to the Help Desk for Elevate. Here you can find information about logging in, webcasts for the various sections, frequently asked questions, and you can also elicit help through email or by calling. Your dashboard is organized into multiple sections. You have a webinar section where we provide webinars with overviews of the essential practice frames, messages from your organization, a resource section, a section where you can learn about the practices, a section where you can activate your learning, and a section where you can calibrate. Let's explore these sections together. The webinar section allows you to go into webinars that are an overview of the SOAR frames. So we provide you with a link, for example, to the 30-minute webinar we did recently that provides an overview of the SOAR for literacy teaching frames. And if you've participated in the deep dive, this is a great way to refresh your memory about the frames and the structure of the frames. The resource section is a section where we provide you resources about the frames. Here you can find the rubrics for the teaching frames themselves, observation sheets for gathering evidence about each of the frames, and documents that provide you with an overview of the development of the frames, as well as the research based behind the frames. And these are all downloadable PDFs. You can also upload resources for your own organization as you begin to use the dashboard and the platform. The Learn About the Practices section of your dashboard provides a set of interactive modules for each of the practices that are included in SOAR. The high impact practices, the cross-cutting practices, and the foundational practice. This will help to extend the learning from the deep dive. Let's explore the structure of one of these modules together. When you click on a module, you will come into an interface that will be common across all of the interactive modules. On the left-hand side is a navigation bar that allows you to navigate through the module. We divide the modules into two sections, overview and then a deeper dive into the rubrics. The overview provides you with the language of the practice itself, what it is and why it matters, an explanation of the elements that make up that practice, and a clarification of terms, so we're using common language when we talk about the dimension of a practice, the elements of a practice, and the rubric. In addition, we provide you with excerpts of teaching practice, pieces of evidence from the classroom, and you are provided with an opportunity to determine whether you think these are relevant or not relevant for the given practice. So you go through and you review these pieces of evidence, make your selections, and then you can compare your selections to those selections made by the team of experts. Next, we bring you more deeply into the rubric. We give you an opportunity to explore the elements of the rubric as well as the language of the different levels and highlight the language that you think is most important. What differentiates each level? And then once you've made your highlights, you can compare your highlights to the highlights made by a team of experts. Now we ask you to look at excerpts of teaching, more evidence from the classroom, and we ask you to say, is this a level 1, level 2, level 3, or level 4? Remember that for the SOAR practices, we go from level 1, provides no evidence, to level 2, provides limited evidence. Level 3 is provides acceptable evidence, and level 4 is provides strong evidence. So you get to decide whether this is provides no evidence or provides strong evidence of this specific element of this practice. And again, this is interactive. You can make your selections and then compare those to the team of experts. Once you've done that for the elements, we go on to distinguishing between levels. We know that one of the biggest challenges for observers when using protocols for looking at classroom teaching is to distinguish between levels 2 and 3. Is this piece of evidence representative of limited evidence or acceptable evidence? So we provide you the opportunity to interact some more around the language that really distinguishes levels 2 and level 3. Finally, in the module, we provide you with a list of references that provides the research base for the practices themselves. In addition to the interactive modules around the high-impact, cross-cutting, and foundational practices, we also provide you with a module called Learn About Minimizing Bias. The Minimizing Bias module helps an observer become aware of their own biases in an effort to minimize them before conducting observations. And we know that that's an essential part of conducting observations that are both reliable and accurate. So we strongly encourage you all to complete the Minimizing Bias module. This really helps you keep your observations focused on the language of the practices in the rubrics, which in turn helps you give more effective feedback to your peers or to teachers that you are coaching.